Ready, Chair.
Okay, I'll call the meeting to order and start with the land acknowledgement. On Tuesday, September 9th, 2025, we acknowledge that this sacred land on which Smith Falls is now located has been a site of human activity for over 10,000 years and is rich in Indigenous history. This land is the ancestral and unceded territory of the Algonquin Anishinaabe Nation. We are grateful to the Algonquin ancestors who cared for the land and water in order that we might meet here today. We are also grateful to the Algonquin people for their contribution in the making of the Rideau Canal, which runs through Smith Falls. We are mindful of broken covenants and the need to reconcile with all our relations. Together, may we care for this land and each other, drawing on the strength of our mutual history of nation building through peace and friendship, being mindful of generations to come. The first item of business is the approval of the agenda. Would someone move that we adopt this agenda? Class moves.
Sorry, I just wanted to make a note that the next meeting date is actually October 7th.
Oh, right.
It's changed
Okay.
on the agenda.
So with that correction, which I think you've all got on your agenda already, would someone second that we adopt the agenda? Dawn seconds. All in favor? Thank you. Agenda is approved, and now the adoption of the minutes from August 26th. Is that the right date? August 26th?
August 12th.
So on August 26th was
Right.
a special committee meeting where you approved the minutes
Right,
from August
we did.
12th.
We did.
I
That's
included
right.
them there in case some people didn't have them.
Okay, so the minutes. So you have two sets of minutes.
Yeah.
August 12th, which was the regular meeting, and August 26th, which was the special meeting to consider the heritage alteration permit for the Abel Russell Ward House. So I guess it's just that.
Correct.
Those minutes that we're. Let's give people just a moment to have a look at it. Okay.
Yep.
All right,
That's
so
fine.
someone move then that we adopt the minutes of August 26th. Jenny moves, and the seconder, Jonathan, thank you. All in favor? Great, approved. Disclosure of monetary interest, anyone? No? Okay, we'll go ahead then with the priority issues. First one is the draft Heritage Conservation District Plan, which Marie has sent out to us, and we need to work away at reading it. Do you have any comments to make about it, Marie?
Comments, if you want to have them back to me by October 3rd, Friday, October 3rd. That way we can make sure they're included in the package Carl sends to the, Manager Grenke sends to the consultants.
Comments to you?
Yeah, and then I can make sure Carl has them.
Everybody, yes, please, go ahead.
Just a question. This is the same plan that's being presented on the 18th to the public?
So it's been posted on the website. It is public now. And on the 18th, people have an opportunity to interact with the consultants and staff if they have questions, including yourselves. Hope to see everybody there.
October 18th, that's the...
September 18th.
Sorry, yeah,
September
okay.
18th.
September 18th here is the last public consultation, I guess, for the plan.
So this plan consists of all the changes we talked about prior.
It's the plan for the Heritage Conservation District, yes. So
Okay.
it'll outline what the policy and procedure will be for that.
Okay.
If anybody would like a printed copy, I'm happy to supply you with one.
That'd be nice.
Yes?
Yep, please.
I would prefer it, actually. Is it really long?
Oh, it's real thick.
85 pages.
I've started reading
big
it, but
dog.
I haven't gotten to the end yet.
How many pages are we talking, Marie?
Yeah, like 100 or.
Oh, no,
30,
never mind.
it's 130 or something.
Never mind.
Pages?
That's a waste of paper.
No.
I'll read it on my
Front to
tablet.
back it for sure. Well,
Yeah, that's.
I mean, if you're gonna read it, like it's extraordinarily important. Like you might as well. It's worth printing.
It is?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, I like reading digitally, but
Mhm.
you should. It's worth it.
Okay. Mhm.
So we will have to come and pick that up from you then. The
I'll let you
printing.
know. Hmm.
Okay,
I'll just leave it at reception and I'll just give you a shout and let you know it's
Okay.
there.
great. Anybody else want a printed copy then, or is it just me in class? Jonathan, are you having one as well?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
I'm okay. I'll
Alright.
have one, please.
Donna wants one too. Okay, next thing, moving on, is the properties of interest criteria checklist. So how are we all doing with that? I guess it's the four of us that
Four
are
of us,
working
yeah,
on it,
working
right?
on it.
Are you-
Yep.
Do you want to?
Yeah, do you want me to start?
Yeah.
Sure. The files that have been provided can do the vast majority of what I need to do. I haven't had to go onto anybody's property to fill out to fill them out pretty well so far. So I just need to kind of get into there to see what the current state is. But the backgrounds here plus some of the street views
Mhm.
online. So there's been no problem so far. I haven't gone up there because I've been apprehensive to interact with anyone necessarily. So I don't know if I have that direction to do that at all. But I can do the checklist without interacting with
Yeah.
anyone, I think.
Yeah.
Is the idea, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that we were examining just the exterior of the property, and if we did have contact with the people, all the better, but not a requirement.
No, I've read through it and I've done some of the checklists, checked off things and that. I can just sit in the vehicle across the street and look at the building. You know, I don't have to get in touch with the people, do I?
No, you don't have to, no, because before we started our process, Marie either sent them a letter or phoned them or left a message, so they have had the initial contact already.
Okay.
So this is the
Okay.
information gathering stage. And any further contact with them will come after we've, as a group, whether we've determined whether or not we should be looking at designation of the property. And then at that point in time, we need to meet with the owners.
Is there a deadline date you want this done by?
Ah, yes, right.
Marie, what's the deadline?
We'll come to that.
Did we say September 30?
You said October 1st, but
Oh, did I? Okay, October 1st.
October 1st?
yeah, so October 1st, if you can have the work done and submitted to Marie, along with the photos. Then at,
October
not the
7th.
October meeting, but the November meeting of the committee, that gives time for Marie to pull everything together in the different reports and prepare something for us to have a look at before we meet in November. At which
Okay.
point we will be deciding which ones we're going ahead with. So, and Jenny, have you?
I've had a preliminary look through the files that Marie provided, but I haven't made much progress. I'll have it done before the due date.
Yes.
Give me a due date and it'll be done.
Yeah. Well, I was fortunate enough to speak to one of my property owners, and she was absolutely fine with me taking pictures. And so I
Yeah.
managed to get some good views of Elmcroft that you cannot see from the street at all. So, yeah. Okay, so we've got that underway, and it shouldn't be too difficult to finish the checklist, I don't think. So project updates then. Symposium.
We're making good progress. We're getting close to the date. Marie and I had a really good conversation with Andrew Jeans from the ministry yesterday to go over a plan for his presentation. And I think we're both pretty excited. It seems to be like bang on what we're hoping to cover. So we're having another subcommittee meeting right after this,
Okay.
but it's coming along. It's coming up quick, but I think we got most of our ducks in a row.
Did you find a third panel member?
I don't think we have yet.
No.
No. It was suggested we could maybe look outside Smith Falls to see if there was a homeowner from another town that wanted to participate, but we haven't really explored that yet. I'm not sure.
And remind me of the date again. It's October the 18th, right. It's at the Masonic Hall and starts at 9 a.m.
Chair, if I may, I mentioned this gentleman before, who I know personally, and I'll mention his name again to see if he would fit in, like Glenn Lockwood. Would he fit into your program?
Probably.
I would say, how could he not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's willing.
Yeah.
He went to university with my wife, so we have a personal.
Sorry, I missed that.
Glenn Lockwood.
Oh.
I'll try and get in touch with him. He's the curator for the Archdiocese of Ottawa.
And wrote the book.
And wrote the book at Smith Falls and Montague and many other townships. So,
Sure. If he was going to focus on residential properties, that's the theme, right? Yeah.
Tell him to focus.
historic residential properties.
Yes.
Okay.
Now that we've got the downtown conservation district sorted out, moving on to residential.
Yeah. Okay. I shall ask him.
Yes.
I had asked my real estate agent, Tom, in Westport, and I haven't heard from him. I wanted to have an answer for this meeting, so I'm sorry. But I will get in touch with him and confirm for sure. Do you want me to let you know, or?
Yeah.
Okay. He was all gung-ho for it, and he was going to ask someone in his office to come with him. And so he was going to ask her and then let me know, and he never did.
Okay.
So I'll get back to him on that.
Thank you.
Okay.
So you have Andrew Jeans confirmed, and he's first. Is he?
He will be the first speaker, I believe so, yeah.
And then, is there another confirmed?
Carl.
Oh, Carl, of course, yes. And the panel is.
We have two panelists.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're speeding through the agenda. The updated work plan is the next item on the agenda, and I believe it's in the package, your package there. Is there something new you've added to it?
There's not, but I just wanted to let you know I still am working on the RFP for replacing 2 of the heritage pedestals. Just going through the process of getting the RFP approved for release. That's about it. The rest is just updating stuff as it's been completed or date changes for completion deadline.
Were we talking about replacing 2 of them or making 2 new ones at either end of the downtown district, or both?
Both. So for this year, we had talked about replacing 2 of the worst, the two pedestals that are in the worst condition. And then with the more durable materials, and we estimate there's about enough for 2 to be replaced this year. And then HCD, signage, and Confederation Bridge, that's separate.
It's separate. In what do you mean?
Separate items. So for this year, we were looking at those 2 replacement for heritage pedestals.
Okay.
And then for the HCD and for Confederation Bridge, it's unknown if we'll produce those this year. It'll probably go into next year's budget.
Oh, I see. But it will still be under our purview, will it?
Yes, it's still on. It's on the work plan as separate items each.
Okay. Do we know which 2 we're planning to replace?
Well, out of the 4, there was 2. I'll go back and look at the pictures, but there's 2 now that are blank that I was thinking those
Okay, yeah.
should be the ones.
The blank ones, yes, I guess so. All right. And then we have the updated process for heritage designation, which is also in your package. And in what way is this changed?
Well, just speeding things along a little bit, taking a look at timeframes. You know, it could be between May and July. We could be in a position to be sending out letters to let people know of official designation, if that's what you choose to do.
For next year.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
2026.
Okay. We'll have to take a close look at that timeline then, everybody, and make sure we know what we're doing. Okay, so what's next? Next is round table then. So let's start with the heritage alteration permit that went to council. You said you were going to report on that?
Did you want to talk about?
Yeah, it was a
Russell Ward.
just got thumbs up with appreciation for pushing it through faster than I made a note that it was done a day before our next regularly scheduled meeting, thanks to the committee's willingness to and tried to make a point of that it was despite the fact that, you know, there was a hiccup at the beginning of it, just with the misunderstanding of whether it was required or not, that it seemed to be a good process for the owner and a good process for us. So a win-win that is a good example of why designating your home isn't a bad thing.
Right. Right. Well, what about him? Would he, I mean, he's an owner of a designated residential property,
Oh, yeah.
isn't he?
Who are we talking about?
The owner of the Abel Russell Ward
Oh.
House.
Sorry, I thought so.
Should we think about
So
that?
council's on board with what he's doing?
Yeah, it'll go to council
Yeah.
panel,
next
panel.
week,
Yes,
but the
the
committee of the
panel.
whole,
Yeah,
just
not a
no
speaker.
no real
Panel.
discussion, you know.
That would be good if he would participate in the panel.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
Marie has his contact information, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, so maybe you could be in touch with him. So, do you have anything else for roundtable, Chris?
Not off the top of my head.
John?
Yeah, I'm just working through the conservation district information, and I should also make sure these maps that we've received are accurate. Do you think these are the same? Have there been a lot of phases of this one that you would have printed off, and then that went to the final?
But I'm happy to provide you with.
I can compare it against the digital one, but this should probably be it. I'm just wondering about that. I'm just been staring at it. Should be good. Yeah, it's good.
Class?
Well, my favorite subject, the Gallipool Center. We all know, I guess it's not rumor anymore that it's sold. So I'm just curious what council's reaction has been on that fact of it being sold.
Council doesn't react on property sales or that kind of a thing, generally
Well,
speaking.
I would think they'd be excited because I think things are going to move forward now.
I think, I'm not sure. I don't have many of the details of it, so I don't have much to say myself personally, but it'd be great to see any kind of movement out there is progress, right?
Well, I think you will see some progress fairly quickly. As the new owner has been in touch with Ontario Trust Heritage, has had meetings with them to get some idea what they want and what he wants. I think the potential vibes that I get is the building lots, the property, the land is worth more to him than the buildings.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had to do something with the land.
So to be honest, to catch up when you guys weren't here and we started to, in the spirit of roundtable,
Yes.
for some open discussion, we were discussing where we're at with the subcommittee. I didn't know it was public knowledge that the place was sold, but that's cool that you brought that up. So there you are. The subcommittee that this committee struck to create a proposed bylaw to implement on that property one of the big questions we had from that subcommittee is who in fact owns the property, because that's the starting point for us figuring out all that designation stuff. So with this new information that you shared, that changes a lot of what we were just up to, doesn't it, Dorothy?
Because as of October 1st, they take over ownership.
How about that?
So we should reconvene our subcommittee then, should we not?
Well, if it is, if it's of our interest.
Yes, soon.
Who's all on this subcommittee?
Were you Chris?
Yeah, I
Chris
think
and
the three of
Jonathan
us.
and me
Mm-hmm.
and Carl and Marie. Yeah. And we were basically discussing, do we prepare a designation bylaw? Which we haven't done yet, but we did say earlier that it would be good to have something ready in the event that the easement is removed.
Thanks for bringing that up, Klaus.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm kind of lost as to what role does this committee play in that outside of to just talk about it. That's all we seem to do is just talk about it.
Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I think if the new owner's able to work with the trust and come up with a development plan for the property through the trust, then we'd have very little. Maybe they might ask us for an opinion, or
Would be a new ask through council.
well, no, it's completely separate from council and therefore this committee, because it's all done at the provincial level at that point.
It's in our boundary of the town, only through the memorandum.
It's in the town, but it's designated through
Trust.
a provincial
Yeah.
easement, not a municipal. So that trumps us. So
Yes.
like a member of the trust could reach out to us for information or for research or for something, but I think generally speaking, they're pretty well staffed and they're full-time professionals working on this stuff. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure if the Municipal Heritage Committee would play any real role in it, but we can definitely keep informed, and you know, if we have an opinion on it, we can always give advice to council as is our mandate. But I don't think there's an official role for council or the committee in the process. I think where it was getting complicated was that if the province was going to remove the easement, which would be unprecedented, then that's where we want to have the designation lined up, ready to go. But if they're able to work with the trusts, then that's probably the faster way to get things moving, and therefore that kind of absolves us from having to try to do anything.
Can I
So
ask
the
a
new owners
question?
will continue working with the trust.
I hope so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be the
well, I think
fastest
you'll see
way.
that happening.
Awesome.
I think you will see that happening. Okay.
That's great news.
And
And how will we know, though?
we know what.
How are we going to know whether or not the Ontario Heritage Trust is going to protect? How will we know that?
I suppose it's not within our purview.
If it's not in our privilege to know that, yeah. The only way we would know that is through the owner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying, is it on municipal property, because like it would be within the purview of this committee if it's like a historic building within the town itself. But as you say, they're looking over it anyway. So, but
Yeah, and I'm not sure if that process involves public consultation, or so I guess we could familiarize ourselves more with how, because this has happened at other Ontario hospital schools that have been redeveloped. So I'm not, you know what I mean? If we learned about how those processes unfolded, maybe there's opportunities, maybe there's public meetings. I have no idea. But like the people we met at the Heritage Conference seemed, you know, helpful and enthusiastic.
Very
So
helpful. Yeah.
I'm sure
Sure,
if we,
willing to sit down and like, I mean, the whole thing is the art of negotiation. And when you get two parties together that they can negotiate, but I think the owner and Heritage Trust would be the best ones to sit down and negotiate something and
Yes,
then bring
of
that to council or bring it to us, or council, I guess we hear from council or something. And you know.
and I know at the subcommittee level, we talked about inviting somebody from the trust to do a presentation to council on how this stuff works. So if that is able to happen, then that could also give us, you know, we could share the video link for that and everybody could get up to speed from.
So they would, Ontario Heritage Trust would come here to a council meeting and make a presentation? Or something?
Yeah, the subcommittee felt that that would be a really good way to break down the barrier of this kind of unknown entity, and then get to the real facts, because there was a lot of hearsay floating around, and just, if one of the experts is here and they're giving their 2 cents and they're explaining the process and they're explaining other examples of how this hasn't been an impediment to redevelopment at other sites, then hopefully we get that conversation going. But that was before the context of this. So I still think it'd be great if they would do that. The more information that's out there and the less misinformation, the better, right? So.
No, I just, as everybody knows, it's kind of my pet project. I really want to see something happen there because I think if nothing happens, it's just going to fall to ruins.
Yeah, we lose everything.
Then you lose everything,
Tori, you wanted to.
Oh, it's just interesting to hear it because I play pickleball here and we play at the Gallipo Center all winter.
Yeah.
And last year we were very restricted on days and time frames, but this year, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Tons of hours, 9 to 9 or something. Like they're being very generous,
Yeah.
very, very good. It starts October 1st, actually.
Yeah.
So
Perfect time.
that kind of ties into that. So they seem, so is the whole building under the trust? So that makes the whole building a heritage building? Is that how it
Well,
works?
that's the thing that's up in the air. I mean, there's
Oh.
no real, I mean, from what I've been told in discussion with Carl, okay, that the nurse's residence is heritage, the building is heritage, the trees are heritage, what the site was used for is heritage,
Mhm.
and so on and so forth. Now, how you compare that down a little bit, is important. There are some important buildings there that do have to remain.
Yeah.
And here I speak now of my old career before Montague, and it was Montague Township. The stone house is the original oldest stone farmhouse in this area.
Wow.
It's been totally renovated. And I can tell you, it will be protected.
That's good.
No question about that.
There's a stone farmhouse there?
It's a stone farmhouse there. It's been completely renovated. And when you drive into the driveway, you go down the hill to the transition homes. Past the nurse's residence,
Mhm.
down
Yeah.
there, go to the right a bit and you'll see the stone house.
So it's really tucked away there.
It's,
Yeah.
not necessarily. It's there. You have to almost drive down that driveway to be able to see it.
Mhm.
So you really need to know that it is there, because I don't think I've ever seen it.
No, I
Yeah.
haven't
I've been down
either.
that
And I mean, I
it
worked
is there.
there for 6 years. I don't remember ever seeing it.
Well, that's
But
fine.
then, of course, I stopped and went in the front. We all went in the front entrance to
as
the
everyone knows,
school.
I was quite involved in Montague Township for 8 years. I lived in Montague, so I guess
Yeah.
that's how I know that.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe that's when the Heritage Committee would come in if they wanted to take the designation off maybe some
Yes,
of the
it's a-
building?
It's a
or-
heritage easement. And it's
Yeah.
an agreement between the Ontario Heritage Trust and the previous owner.
Yes.
And there's a list, a whole long, you probably have it
Yeah.
circulated to you at some point.
Carl's
from Maria.
Carl's report is
But
quite,
there's a list of heritage attributes there.
Okay.
So those attributes are what we would hope, I guess, would be protected.
Mhm.
And they are protected currently under the easement. But if they were to remove the easement altogether, then nothing would be protected anymore.
I see.
Yeah, I don't
And
think,
that's why we've discussed, if that did happen,
Yeah.
would we, as a committee, recommend that we designate the property municipally instead of provincially?
I see. Okay, thanks.
I don't think you'll see that the easement will be removed totally. I think you're going to see portions of it being removed. I think it's going to be negotiated
That would be.
strong, and then portions will remain, and
Mhm.
portions will disappear.
Mhm.
That's all I can tell you.
Okay.
But you're saying that, meaning that you feel the province is going to do that?
I'm not sure what the province is going to do because nobody knows what the province does.
So
Right.
that's why my brain is saying, how do we really know what's going to go on here? Because we don't know what they're going to do. Right now, they have control.
They have
Yeah.
control, that's right. But they want to be careful as to how strict they are with the control.
They don't give two hoots.
I realize that, and that's what I say. I would hate to see the whole thing sit there and just fall to ruins. And you're right, Don, the province couldn't care less if it fell to ruins.
Which is a shame, totally.
That's right, so there has to be negotiations happen. And everybody on either side has to realize that yes, the heritage is great and so forth, but let's take a look at potential we have here. I mean, as Chris and I know, Victor, what are some of the potential things to do with heritage buildings there?
Yeah, like I think it's important too. It's not the province, right? It's the Heritage Trust.
Yeah, true.
And I think the Heritage Trust has been involved in adaptive reuse projects across the province. And not only that, they're aware of adaptive reuse projects across the world. So they definitely got a higher level of expertise and background and experience dealing with this stuff than a volunteer committee ever could. So, and I think they do understand that there's like any heritage building, the longer it sits vacant, the less chance it's going to survive. So, I have trust, especially after meeting many of them at the conference, that
I do too. And when I see Heritage Trust obviously was involved in Base 31.
Was it? I don't know if it was an easement, was it?
I would think it would have been. Well, okay, what about the armories? Was it heritage designation? I think they said it was.
Well, the thing is, it had to have been a provincial easement, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if those were provincial or if they were just through municipality. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was just so impressed what they did with those two pieces of.
Yeah, and like the Base 31 is a great example of a sprawling site, many rundown buildings, and the majority of them have been able to be repurposed and is a great economic development driver now.
And this is what I hope to see would happen with the Reed Regional Center that gets repurposed.
Yeah.
To some degree.
And that was happening. It just didn't succeed the way it had been hoped. I mean, it was being repurposed. There were businesses in there. There were residential apartments. So hopefully it will.
But you needed very, very deep pockets to make that happen.
Yeah.
That's the unfortunate thing.
Mm-hmm.
No disrespect to the person that tried, but you needed deep pockets.
Yeah.
And a vision as to what it's going to be like. So.
Well, I think it's of interest to this committee to know what's happening. So
yes, very much
thank
so.
you.
I'll bring it up at every meeting.
Okay. Jenny,
that's what 2 cents worth.
Do you have anything for roundtable? No?
I'm following.
Dawn?
No.
Tori?
No, I don't.
No? Okay, well, that was a short meeting then.
I can make it longer.
Do you have another roundtable topic other than? Okay, the next meeting it's out of schedule, so it's not the second Tuesday. It's the first Tuesday, in fact, October the 7th. And we've got, just remind you about the September 18th information session for the HCD plan. It will be in this room.
That's that open house.
It's the open house, yeah.
September 18th.
Yeah, from 5 to 7, I believe. So if that's everything and nobody wants to discuss anything else, we'll have a motion to adjourn. Dawn moves that we adjourn, and would someone second that? Chris seconds. All in favor? Okay, meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
See you in October.